the dire triangle, which he farmed a lot in the last one. And oh my god, the tips. Well, these two teams have played each other quite a lot. Let's have fun. Let's have fun, and let's prepare for Baboka to do some all chat, because they are all gonna all chat this game.
Let's see what happens. The Baboka Dark Willow definitely want to watch, and I mean this lane as a whole. Wraith King Willow.
They have to be careful. They don't know that there's 4 heroes. They didn't see the silencer.
30 seconds to battle.
There we go. Thunder. The Wave of Terror. And the vision straight away. SRF goes for the Ray Fire Blast. They're affected by the curse.
He's okay.
RG will back out as soon as they see that 4 heroes are there.
That was good patience. You could tell that they weren't certain if there was 3 or 4 heroes. So it looks like IG or VG Thunder should be able to claim themselves 3 of the runes.
The battle begins.
And they'll be able to bully IG off this top rune.
Oh, Yang even gets one of the ones bottom. Aggressive will beat him to the second one though. So 3 for 1. How is our regen expended? Fade used 1 tango, Baboka used 1, and SRF is gonna have to use a couple. A pretty significant trade there for Thunder.
Denied.
So yeah, this mid lane, XXS, what you say as an alchemist, you should do okay against the Storm.
Yeah, should be just fine. Just you don't walk in and tank remnants. That's pretty much it. Not too many, at least.
On these side lanes, bottom, we are going to see a TP down from Fade. Is going to join forces with Yang for the dual lane. Rune Silencer, certainly going to be a bit of a nuisance for the Ursa on these early levels.
Yeah, this is a pretty good pressure lane. They can put a lot of pressure on the Ursa, but killing him is going to be a little bit difficult. While the Ursa can actually get kills in this lane with the Wyvern if they find Fade out of position or if he doesn't miss too much on Yang.
On top lane.
Top might be pretty good for Thunder here. They've got this double range, they've got high damage, and they kind of messed with IG's regen so well in that early start that this Wraith King actually has no mana, having to expend all the stuns early on. Has a mango, but it's only 95 mana per stun, and he's down to 40 already.
Mid lane, first few waves of CS, Freeze. Coming out slightly on top.
Yeah, I mean, like Storm will farm a little bit better, maybe at least in last hits, but the gold, Alchemist does fine because of Greeple's Greed. So. As Thunder comes in a good position in good position in all 3 lanes. The laning setup they've got is very nice.
We'll see who's going to make the first sort of movement around the map as well. Yeah, is there a point where one team's core can be sort of left to their own?
Don't think you really want to. Top lane. Oh, damn. Caught it at the end.
I'm on fire.
TDC drops very low, but
They have to save himself with the stick charges.
they used the strafe, I believe, dodged the Wraith King stun, and they threw the Wave of Terror. And Wraith King is not really the tankiest hero in the game this early. You get put to negative armor when you get hit by that wave this early on. Versus the Clinks, it's not fun. So yeah, IG having these 3 melee cores versus Brewmaster, while Thunder has a Storm and a Clinks.
Silent CS looking very good at the moment, 14 for 3.
Yep.
As SRF, the only sort of core falling behind at the moment in the last hits. Everyone else pretty much on even pacing across the board.
Sweet.
Even with the pressure down bottom aggressive, he's doing just okay. Being able to keep the creeps near to his tower, same to be set up top. And Wave is going to push in.
Smart move by Freeze there. So XXS used the acid spray, and he actually glyphed as all the creeps were getting low. And then he walks, and then Freeze walks up and starts putting remnants kind of on the high ground there. So the Alchemist actually missed like 3 or 4 last hits just because of that one glyph usage.
Let's see level 3 now, but Baboka of RF to get the wrap around here onto DDC. DDC. It's going to turn with the Wave of Terror and the Raven.
Damage.
They're going to go straight away onto SRF, and as you say, he is pretty squishy at the moment. They do lose DDC in response, but another kill for Sylar. 2 kills now in this top lane for the Clinks. Oh, and Baboka having to be very careful, as Sylar is having a fantastic time top.
Yep. And bottom, look at that. Yang is free farming. Does have to be careful. Steps up a bit far as Silencer walks away. We'll be okay though. No boots yet on aggressive. Yeah, Thunder already with the 2K advantage.
Mine.
SRF top. The damage coming through. This minus armor. It's way too much for a Wraith King.
Yeah, this Venge Clinks dual lane providing quite a punch. 3 kills now for Sylar.
Just a non-stop wave of terror. You throw in a strafing, searing arrowed Clinks. You can't stop him. How do you disable him? He just gets all the free attacks off during that because Wraith King can't turn and stun. But Boka can't apply anything either. The Bramble isn't going to stop a Clinks from attacking.
I'm going to see the runes come up. And see who's able to grab the most of them. Looks like, yeah, Thunder. They are going to be able to get all 4 runes as well. So that net worth lead early on. Looking very nice indeed for them. 3K advantage at 5 minutes in.
Aggressive didn't get in range to get the clap onto Fade either, so he will waltz away.
To Shrine up.
Oh jeez, look at SRF's net worth too. I just pulled up net worth early. It's a bit early, but you could already feel that he is not having fun.
I mean, we got to remember the Alchemist game that XXS put off the other day. It was just his other cores were not doing much at all. It was all on him, and they won the game. So this is sort of XXS in his element. He's relying on his other cores to just be bad at the start.
But they might be able to find him here. He's jungling, and they've got level 6 on Storm.
Looking for me?
And they will. Oh, he's actually got the stick charges. Is it enough? It's not.
It isn't.
And that's some more some int.
Yep.
Fade now too.
Starting to expand his knowledge there, Fade, with the first +2.
Definitely wouldn't want to die early on. As an alchemist first, your mana is quite precious. Only with that 1.8 gain per level.
Middle tower is under attack.
It's gonna be a heavy game for XXS.
That is for sure.
Can he pull it off? Because we'll see. Last game we saw him play the Alchemist. He does sort of abandon. I can't remember what point he did abandon the mid lane. When does he sort of leave it? Do you remember? Where he just sort of left it. He let the tier 1 and the tier 2 go. And he just sat to the jungle. I guess as you said, it's going to be a little different because he's not on the Dire.
Yeah,
this time.
So he's not on the Dire. He can't do the triangle, but he is. I think it was like as soon as he hit 6.
Yeah.
But I think he can be playing between both of them. Because what I think is going to happen is I think Freeze top lane.
They are going to come in. They did bring Q in for this bit of a surprise play to punish DDC as he tried to set up for Sylar.
I think Baboka is pretty much going to be the offlaner now in comparison to SRF, who's going to play like a support Wraith King. That was a nice play by Baboka too, dodging that Venge stun to make sure they get it. So I think what I was saying was I think Freeze is going to play very active on the map now. Just look for plays, setting up, because he knows this Alchemist can't really help the lanes. So he can go looking for ganks while someone sieges half mid, and look at bottom, going for aggressive right away. Is able to find him.
Very active.
I like those moves. When your supports, when you have like a silencer, you know these guys. They need level 6. It's the best case scenario to just start making moves around the map and get them sit mid.
Sylar getting all the space in the world up top. Yeah, Aggressive starting to climb back up in CS, but it's going to be a slow start, as we say, for SRF. Still just level 4 on this offlane Wraith King.
He can't even go up to the Clinks at all. Clinks will kill him by himself. And look at this, DDC already preparing. They know that they have a good lead. They know the Alchemist will be the problem, starting to ward those camps.
See down bottom. Attempt is going to be made onto DDC. Aggressive leads in with the shot. Freeze will look to start to play around with Q, but Freeze is pretty low on mana. I don't think he's going to have enough mana to do this. So DDC will be the one to end up falling, as Aggressive and Baboka are able to chase him down and finish him off. But a little bit of a split up there. Freeze not looking to try and help DDC and just tries to find a kill that he just quite couldn't get.
They might know that the Ancients are going to be blocked soon. Not right away, but they're going to eventually go for some type of stack where he's going to clear it, and then they're going to know that's why DDC was caught in that position. But that's, that's a death that I think is kind of worth it as Avenge, because you're blocking those camps.
On bottom lane, Freeze managed to ball himself back up, so he's ready to go straight in and look for Q. Q will go for the Golden Embrace, but the Magical Burst is too much from the Remnants. Freeze finds himself yet another kill.
Yang is farming incredibly well. Already level 6 on Brew.
Radiant's top tower
Big
has
problems
fallen.
for IG already as a
Radiant's
4K
bottom
advantage
tower
goes
is
for
under
Thunder.
attack.
Top tower taken by Sylar.
They're not slowing down. Look at this. They're looking to invade right away. Yang has the split.
It's going to be affected by the Cursed Crown.
We'll hold on to it.
Q with the backup of Baboka and XXS. Obviously, XXS is the one they want to try and find. It's got Chemical Rage available. At least DDC.
Oh, he
Will
takes the
cancel
creep.
clarity.
And he
Oh, did you
takes
get
the creep with
as
the
well?
wave of terror. Yeah.
Oh.
Radiant's top
Oh,
tower is under
IG.
attack.
They're already on recovery mode.
Rough start indeed. For this 10-minute mark, 4K gold lead.
They have to stop a bit of that bleeding so that this Alchemist can get the farm going. Obs and Sentries are going to be their salvation here. Q is probably going to have to just spam Obs and Sentries to set up, trying to de-ward all these wards that they've been placing too on the invasion plays.
Freeze.
But they have to be able to keep tags on where this Clinks is going to be moving to.
Well, this should be a great chance for a kill opportunity as well. The smoked up. Freeze has got a double damage rune in the bottle.
They know where aggressive is too. They've got the global available too.
Straight in. He is going to pop the enrage.
Okay.
The Silence afterwards, they can certainly look to dive it though with that DD on Freeze. The right clicks will be there. Another kill for Freeze in a courier. Just saved in time.
They've got the urn now too from Fade, so getting some charges, but Baboka
is going to find Fade. Curse Crown, or is he? Has he got the damage he has? Baboka will find a kill, but he'll pay with his life. Another for Freeze, getting the double. Now 5 kills. Same time towards mid, they're looking towards SRF. We get the Raid Fire Blast on Yang to hold back the Brew.
Radiant structures are falling.
Sylar in position to put the pressure on another tier 1 tower.
split. Dodge the stun, finish up the tower.
He's hunting.
Radiant's middle
Stun
tower
they can go
success,
for.
but yeah. They'll leave it, let them be. They're happy with the tower. Bottom lane, DDC. Already with eyes on Q. Q looking to hide out in the tree line. DDC, he's got the Wave of Terror available.
Thunder's not slowing down at all. They're keeping that pressure going. Looks like they might set up here for a smoke again too. DDC ports to the shrine.
Over here now.
Oh, Yang's also very close to Blink, but no, they're keeping active, not giving any breathing room. You know, they're playing
middle
Gristan
tower
Alchemist.
is
They
under
don't
attack.
want to give any free time. It's aggressive, gets surrounded.
He's got the ult, the DDC. He's got Magic Missile. He's got Swap as well if he needs to hold him back even more. Hunting, aggressive, trying his best to hide. XXS and SRF are coming across. Aggressive still alive for now. Maybe IG can turn this one around. The global comes out. As Sylar and Yang in a lot of trouble. Aggressive does fall as DDC is able to find him. But Sylar will lose his life for it. Q, very low at the moment. They've got the control. DDC caught up by the Bramble Maze. The concoction out as well by XXS. IG
Radiant's bottom tower
able to
is
take
under
2
attack.
in return for losing aggressive.
I think they're going to get that D ward on the high ground ward that they was placed to. Because Aggressive started pinging it instantly because he was running away and DDC stunned him from the tree line. So I wouldn't be surprised if that one gets taken out. But a quick little juke away by Aggressive. Sure, he dies, but baits Sylar as well as a DDC in for it. And yeah, there's the D ward immediately. Good read by them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As soon as you see that kind of, yeah, stunning from the tree line, Aggressive was probably like, what?
Still lead there.
They hemorrhaged the bleeding and now Alchemist is top net worth
Radiant's
though.
bottom
Okay.
tower
For first
is under
time.
attack.
Getting the stacks up as well, very
Radiant's
nice.
bottom tower has
Sylar's
fallen.
going from tower to tower. I like just making sure that he gets them very early on.
They find Freeze there, but Freeze quick with the Duke of the Raid Fire Blast.
Here I am.
More than okay, also baiting out the Terrorized.
You see the build that the Clinks is going for this game too? Diffusal versus the Wraith King.
I'm getting
So
a
SRF is
second
going to
wind.
definitely have problems getting Reincarnate off, since he doesn't even have a stick on Wraith King, just treads. Treads stout quelling. Very sad Wraith King, which I'm sure people aren't too unhappy to see, because we're getting so much Wraith King.
Yeah, we've seen Wraith King dominate a lot of games. This is not looking to be at least the start of one could change down the line. You never know what's going to happen when XXS Alchemist is in the game. He's got his relic.
Radiant's
If he can
bottom
start
tower
farming those
is under
ags later on,
attack.
and Academ's Wraith King could be what they
Radiant
need.
structures are fortified.
Way later down the road.
A long time down the road. We have seen them get there before with the out.
Another tower. Solid prioritizing objectives right
Radiant's
now.
bottom tower is under
That's
attack. Radiant's
All right,
bottom
4
tower
towers
has
in the
fallen.
span of a few moments. I think it was like 6 minutes and he took all 4 of those.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Lena Seraph does have to be careful. There's Yang with the blink. Tyler, as you say, with the defusal. They're ready to jump. In they go. The swap back as well. They'll start beating into him. Well, he gets the soul ring.
Yeah, he's got soul ring now.
Gets the soul ring off, so he will have that second life. But the primal split is popped, and they have no trouble killing him a second time. Or do they? The Winter's Curse will slow them down a little bit, but not enough. They've lost their Zaref. Q now in a bad position as well. He'll fall as well. Double kill once more for Freeze. The pressure now onto another tier 2 tower mid. VGJ Thunder continuing to just absolutely own this early game.
The Radiance is out.
And is it soon enough? We did, because we got to remember that the game as well where we saw XXS pull off the Alchemist performance, it was against Liquid, who went for a full sort of push strat.
Aggressive.
Oh, they found him. He's going to get the rage off, but they've got the magic missile. They'll control in turn and take it. More kills for Freeze. The global comes out because bottom lane.
Siler finds Baboka.
Wanting to make sure that Baboka cannot use the Shadow Realm to escape.
Look at the wards by Thunder. Just every single little thing they're doing this game is working perfectly versus IG. These wards being placed deep at all times, watching the movements coming through. They're always able to set up for these kills. Siler is setting up pushing towers nice and early so they get more map control. Freeze playing very active as well.
Let the fun begin.
IG just recovery mode. But they've got the Radiance. The problem is, you look at the other 2 cores,
Radiant's top tower
they're
is
not
under
having fun.
attack.
2,900
This is what happened
4,100.
before. This is what happened before.
It wasn't this bad though, where a Silencer, the
okay,
4th
it wasn't-
position, passes the Ursa and the Wraith King.
It was pretty bad.
It was bad the last time, but this one
is like
quite a lot worse. And it's not like...
A much harder challenge for XXS.
Yeah, and it's not like this time he's versus a full push lineup. He's versus a Storm Spirit and a Clinks.
Sure, they
scale
can scale.
very well
Yeah.
late game. And a Brewmaster who's farming incredibly well.
Oh, and he's actually going to change up the build this game. He did have the blink
Compliment.
queued up, but he says, screw it, we're not fighting, I've just got to go full farm.
He's got to be able to get rid of that global as well.
Exactly. Yeah,
If he wants
got
to
to
take
keep
fights.
himself alive here.
Which he
Get
might
the
actually have to do. He might have to fight. Freeze. We'll go for Bloodstone next, just because of this. That's the type of game this is. Might still switch, but I would imagine he just wants to be a bit greedy versus this Alchemist. That they know the game's gonna get delayed. If they're versus an Alchemist, they're versus a Wyvern. IG's gonna stall this one out once they try to breach that high ground. So, time for Roche. IG will probably have some trouble taking a fight around there,
Dire's top
because it's
tower
gonna die
is
very
under
quickly too. A little bit terror plus Clinks. But Deathwave is actually wearing off, so they're gonna just hesitate on this.
Dire are
I'll
scared.
shrine up. We'll see if they do look for a bit of action before going back into the pit. They will. They smoke. We'll see if it's just a smoke into Roche. And it looks like it is. So they're just trying to smoke back in.
They still know they're doing it though. IG's got that ward on the outside. They just saw the wave of terror flip through. But either way, yeah, can't finish in time. The other team can't make it there in time. So, Thunder claimed this one, and that's pretty much the Spirit Vessel also finished on the Silencer Fade. So this Alchemist really needs a Manta. Flint Dagger finished on aggressive, so he's actually got a place in this game now. He can try to kill these supports in the back. He can kill the Silencer very easily. Venge is still a bit tanky.
Oh,
Freeze.
Radiant's
Zip
middle
straight away
tower
onto XXS. Let's get the concoction out. Next, Freeze will have to zip himself away. Unsuccessful there with the initiation. Do immediately check for a ward because
Radiant's
Yeah,
top
Chemical Rage
tower
was
is
popped
under
pretty much
attack.
instantly as Freeze zipped in, but
Tyler again, just taking towers after towers after towers. Almost takes out the full tier 2 top.
he's only got that BKB gold too.
Yeah.
Very early on before this sort of 20-minute mark on top of the diffuser.
6k gold lead, about a 5k experience lead too for Thunder. And they're distributing their resources well. You can tell that they got this Aegis and they're not like, oh, we can group up and push. No, they understand this type of game. Everyone take a lane. Everyone try to look for some gank plays. Just make sure you can keep your economy going versus this Alchemist team. Because they're going to get their farm up. But now, they've got vision. You can see a few of IG's heroes. The Radiant scan, though, catches up on the high ground. Aggressive just jumps forward.
Does with the dust, he's ready to go, but the global silence comes out. They just burst down aggressive. He's gone for 30 seconds. Man,
The stun.
removing the global silence, but he's still going to stun himself. He will be cold embrace. Winter's Curse getting laid down onto DDC. DDC still alive for now. XXS trying to go past and look for more, but the dragback's there. Freeze has the control. That's going to be the self-stun from the Sable Concoction as 2 dead on IG to make that 3. As SRF cannot get out either.
Playing Ursa versus Silencer. Pops global, can't get your enrage off. You die pretty much instantly as you jump forward. And XXS actually got the first concoction, stuns himself. The second one, he gets pulled, and I think the last word procs right afterwards. So silence on the last split second. Can't throw the concoction.
Oh dear, 9k advantage now for Thunder. IG struggling this game. Very much so. SRF,
Yep.
third lowest still.
I mean, completely on the back foot in this game. They have an Ursa. They didn't get the first Roche. Everything's looking really grim for them right now. But they're not totally out of it yet.
We'll find DDC on the side that Freeze and Yang go in. And we'll get the kill onto Baboka. XXS though with the counterplay gets the stun onto Yang, and Yang will go down. IG
Big kill.
find the Brewmaster.
They're going to be able to burn the Aegis here at least
Freeze
as well.
Yeah, he's out of mana. We'll drop the ones, but aggressive actually loses his life for that attempt. And there is sort of the backup with Fade on the side. Freeze
Gets
will
stunned.
get stunned immediately. Can he zip out? He knows he's getting chased done. He can't escape. Freeze gets taken down. A lot of money for SRF there. But it's the reincarnation, but Sylar skin up his position, got the BKB. Freeze is back in, but Freeze, he gets stunned up straight again. Do they have any follow-ups? And they don't. So Freeze will be alright for now. Zipping up the high ground, but the curse is going to hold him in place. They've got the control. They're terrorized. They can't do anything in response here. IG, they're going to be able to find Freeze again. Sylar's been dusted. He's trying to run, but Baboka, SRF, and Q are hot on the chase. Up in the air, Q goes. He's got the vision. Sylar has the strength to dodge the Raid Fire Blast. Fighting back into SRF, but the cold embrace and the Shadow Realm hit from Baboka's enough. IG managing to fight back, and Thunder making some costly mistakes there. Sylar dying, Freeze dying twice with the Aegis, and then
Losing
coming
his
back in,
Bloodstone.
dying again.
He lost so many Bloodstone
He
charges.
was down from, I believe, about 17 to 7.
Oh my. They still got the Alchemist, at least at the end. Fade was able to be a bit persistent on the Silencer, gets in on top of him with the Spirit Vessel. Otherwise, that would have been disastrous for Thunder. Still quite disastrous, though. IG gets a lot. They've got a full Blade Mail now on SRF. Starting to pick up some significant items. I believe it is a full Yule Scepter finished up for Baboka too. Some good levels. Our experience has chunked down.
And we saw there as well just the power of the Winter's Curse and the Terror. Just so much sort of time in the AoE where if they can get that follow-up after the Curse, there's just nothing that Thunder can do in response.
This is one of
have
those.
to have the global.
I think we talked about this combo a little bit yesterday because we got to see it once, was the Wyvern Willow.
Yeah.
You get that curse off and then you wait till the last second of it, you get the Terrorize. It's so much control in team fights, even like not through BKB, but toward the end of that BKB, then you can set up for your following abilities. Thunder's got to be a bit more careful. However, they find Q. A quick easy kill.
Tower is under attack.
No Bloodstone charge for Freeze though. Damn. Look at Fade Silencer. 3-1 and 10. Oh, with the jump forward on SRF. No reincarnate up.
They'll put the Primal Split, and DD just say it's still gone for 70 seconds. So SRF, he's out.
Get themselves free Bloodstone charge.
Obviously, despite that last bit of a shaky fight for Thunder, they are still very much ahead in this game.
Their silencer is still 1,600 gold ahead of the enemy team's Ursa. Phase Boot, Spirit Vessel, Ultimate Orb on the support silencer. Level 15 as well, so GPM talent kicking in. This silencer is gonna get a Hex pretty early on in this game, if it continues to be like this. So Q has to be very careful with his positioning, and he's got some help now. So he's got the Glimmer Cape finished, because his curse is going to be so important for these upcoming team fights to make sure that Clinx's BKB gets stalled out. It's 9-second duration. The curse is going to take out the majority of that. It's about half. Here down bottom.
They get the terrorize. They've got the damage. With the root, it's enough. That's the play. Baboka setting up with the terrorize. Nothing you can do in response to that one.
Very nicely executed. Level 12 now. Aggressive also starting to get... aggressive still pretty poor. Starting to get more... approaching that BKB. And it is XXS now with a Blink Dagger. So they want to go for those initiation plays. All Q. Oh, he didn't even get his Glimmer Cape off. He didn't even try to use it.
Opts to try and drop the curse to hold him back, but it doesn't pay off. The arrows were already flying.
DDC was getting close anyway with the sentry, but yeah, he didn't even go for the Glimmer. As they continue to farm Freeze after losing some Bloodstone charges, gonna farm up that BKB to be safe for the next few engagements. Doesn't want to get chain controlled again, as XXS is queuing up a BKB. So yeah, as we've seen, these Spirit Vessels are pretty annoying. Manta isn't always up, and it's just gonna help him not get disabled.
Then Sylar. Keeping eyes on XXS. Boca is behind him.
Teammates are coming over.
Over here now.
Does SRF has a Blink Dagger? You have a Blink Dagger yet? No, still not quite yet. Just a Blade Mail.
Aggressive. Still a little way away from his BKB. Take some time, Sylar on the hunt once more. Trees are down around this area though.
Yeah, VG Thunder's just playing around enemy jungle. Baboka's starting to move around, get some deeper wards down so they can try making their own plays if they do see Thunder ever back out and go for any type of farm attempts, because they do have the Blink Dagger on the Alchemist to look for some kind of plays.
Dire's top tower is
How do we have for Roche? About 30 seconds on Roche. That'll be one of the next ones. And oh, the tower actually gets claimed finally for IG. Now Freeze can feel a lot safer, because he's pretty damn tanky. You saw the Ursa wasn't able to kill him too quickly, even though he was disabled for such a long time. Now with that BKB, can avoid the root at least. Terrorize have to suffice if they want to try to go for the crowd. This is hiding, yeah. Q, Glimmer, they have a dust on one of the cores. The curse comes out. He still will die.
What's Baboka doing? He's been here like 2 minutes. There we go.
Is under attack.
Come on, Baboka, we need more of your plays.
I mean, his job there was just go get vision so we can have at least something on the map, because warding on our side of the map right now, it's likely to get counter-warded because of Thunder's playing so aggressive. So, second Roche, Yang has Vlad, of course, finished up, so more sustain going for them. Quick and easily brought down as the Cheese and the Aegis.
Looking for me?
Okay, Aegis on the Storm.
Who took the Cheese?
And Cheese on Yang.
Okay. So the auras have now begun. So Benchmax aura, of course, from earlier, and then the Brew of Lads. Quite a good amount of bonus damage. They have like 45% between them now. As Thunder continues to play aggressive and together. Sylar is pretty much the one dealing with a lot of that split push.
Yep.
Sylar also now has the MKB finished up, so going to be able to go through that Radiance nicely.
Smoked up here Thunder, waiting to see if IG do come out of the base, but yeah, they're playing so careful. RG just full 5-man on the high ground. XXS been pushing the waves out with his Manta.
All right. IG's going to go for a smoke of their own. Probably wanting to play around their vision here a bit, but Q staying in the base. He knows that he's like the very important deep pusher. If they do try to start sieging, he has to be set up. Same thing with XXS with that acid spray. So aggressive as well as SRF. Look, they're pushing out, but now I think aggressive just wants to go finish that BKB. Really needs it to try to take any fight. Like, they just absolutely does. So has to be able to remove that silence and get his enrage off and actually be in the fight. Hasn't revealed himself just yet, though. On the Ursa. As he continues to jungle, hoping to be able to get that BKB. Thunder still farming though. Everyone's kind of just farming on Thunder, which is important to do. You don't want everyone to be grouping up versus this Alchemist because you start falling so far behind. I mean, this, like I said, the Silencer, like we said, will have a Hex. He's pretty much there. 800 gold away.
RG just really being starved and kept in the base.
Yep.
Apart from aggressive.
Yep. Bounty runes in about 5 seconds. The bulk is getting in position to go for at least one of them.
Stupendous.
But Thunder will claim the other 3 as aggressive gets very close to the BKB. We'll see if they're going to be able to find anything with that BKB on him.
Illusion.
As the fight still should be quite difficult for IG. It's going to take a lot of great synergy coming out with their abilities. They need to try to find Fade in the backline so the global doesn't just mess up their synergy.
Here I am.
But this is an incredibly farmed Silencer. Still keeping up the net worth versus those offlaners at least.
I'm over here.
The high ground defense from IG is, of course, very nice with the combo that we talked about, the Curse, the Terrorize.
Yep.
Also, just the way that XXS spinning out with the Manta Radiance can continue to push waves out pretty safely.
SRF just doesn't contribute much because of the start that ended up happening. Just so under-leveled, so under-farmed. Going to be incredibly difficult for him to even get a stun off in the fights. All 3 cores have BKB. We have a Broom BKB, Storm BKB, Clink's BKB. Has to try to go for the Venger, the Silencer in the backlines. But Fade has Hex.
Oh, gee, they're coming out.
See what they find.
Look at the jump onto DDC. DDC, he'll be caught out. He's down, but Yang jumps in straight away with the BKB. Aggressive still with the BKB up. They look like they'll back off from one another. So IG they're gonna pick off, and they'll get out. Not the biggest, but still a kill nonetheless, and something that Thunder at the moment haven't punished.
Thunder doesn't want to fight without their Venge. It's like, it's a Venge, but the amount that a Venge actually applies in your team fights is pretty absurd. It's the save mechanics, and then the aura as well as the Wave of Terror amplifies your damage so much in these engagements. IG positioned around their ward with the high ground. Scan comes out.
But Yang, he's in straight away. The BKB is there to remove the global silence as XXS looks to focus down Fade, but the rest of his team suffering on the backlines. The primal split managed to work through Q and now look towards SRF. It's going to find him too. SRF down, the buyback's coming out from both of them. They're on the back towards the shrine, they jump forward, looking at that aggressive, he's able to heal up. The primal split's still alive, Yang's able to blink out.
This time follow-up.
Does get the opening, but TDC's there with the save. SWAT 3 is up to the high ground. Thunder still in the retreat, another concoction being charged up, but they're backing out. They don't want to fight any longer. Nice man to dodge there of his own stun. And there was 2 buybacks used by IG there. During that fight, both Q and SRF looking to come back into that.
XXS didn't have the Chemical Rage available at the start of that fight, so otherwise he would have probably killed the Silencer a bit faster. It took him quite a long time just doing like the regular punches without Chemical Rage, and the global got off before he did get the stun.
And it was before he hits the 20 where he's got this damage now, this crazy damage.
Exactly.
The plus 400 damage, plus 400 damage.
It was relatively close to the global. If he'd gotten right on top of him with the concoction, then maybe Q wouldn't get globals and brought down. But yeah, they have to find a good way of getting on top of the Silencer before that global. Right now they could still try though. There is no global available. Bruce splits down too. This is probably one of their best windows if they can look for Thunder when they're split up.
XXS. And he goes. Finds the stun onto DDC, but he gets hexed by Fade. Backup's coming in though. Aggressive jumps forward straight away with the overpower onto DDC. He finds him. Freeze will be able to get the kill on the backline. It's Q's down. Freeze puts the BKB. Heads straight forward, but XXS with another stun. He's already found a second. Freeze trying to focus down XXS. He'll chase him. XXS has got a concoction cooking up. Freeze still with a bit of mana left in the pot. Uses his zip to dodge it. Looking to continue to chase, but XXS gets the blink off. He's still being chased down. His Sylar did go down. Aggressive was able to find him in the middle lane as Freeze. His attention was being drawn away by XXS, so Sylar was left vulnerable, and IG get themselves another big kill.
That's pretty much one of the first big fights that IG's actually won here. And again, Q just gets singled out over and over again. They had the vision of him from the high ground. Both Yang as well as Freeze full commit onto this poor Wyvern and get the kill. But on the backlines, they really tried to focus fire the Alchemist.
They did.
They used the
and that meant
Freeze.
Sylar was vulnerable.
Yeah, Sylar's full BKB duration, Freeze's full BKB duration, then Sylar gets chased out by Baboka and Aggressive. I'm glad that Aggressive is carrying a dust in that extra inventory slot. Very important for him to try to go for those kills on the Clinks. And now with the Basher, he's got much better chances to look for Storm and Clinks. They're smoked up right now. XXS has turned off his Radiance, but he's done.
Gold and sweet.
So what Thunder's next plan of action is they've had this impressive lead sort of from the start, but still unable to break high ground with it. All tier 3 towers yet to be really damaged at all. Yeah,
and IG's really starting to get some big important items. They've got the blink on Baboka now, even a gem to start clearing out a lot of that vision. XXS had some armor issues, no longer. AC's finished, as previously mentioned. Aggressive has that BKB, has the Basher. So very crucial items have come out now for them.
He's going to blast in the wave. They jump on him immediately, but Aggressive. He's in. They get the swap, but the concoction was already flying out. With the fear, Sylar can't do anything. They get Sylar. They are going to be able to get DDC as well. They've lost to themselves, but with the 3 cores still ready to go, IG, they'll fight on. A concoction lands down onto Yang. IG bringing the game back into their hands.
And they get the gem from Thunder now. So losing the 2 supports, well worth it there. As you see the Basher coming into play right away.
And we were saying, XXS Alchemist, he was in his element. SRF and Aggressive, feed in, not farming, that means he's going to do his stuff. That's what he needs. We saw it before.
We saw it yesterday.
He loves it when his side lanes suffer, because XXS says, well, that's more excuse for me to just take over the map, take over the game, take over the farm. And now in a game where, I mean, when else do you sort of see a carry and an offlaner so far behind, and then the game ends up being at a point where they could win it?
Absolutely.
When the SRF still on the bottom 4 net worth. Aggressive starting to recover nicely with the big kills that he's getting in these fights, but for the longest of time, he was down there in the bottom half of that net worth board. The XXS Alchemist, there's something magical about it that just gets the team going in these fights. I mean, we're seeing the concoction after concoction. Obviously, Baboka as well, the Dark Willow play, the sort of terrorizes, just making it so hard for Thunder to really play against.
Yeah, and it's getting to the point where Thunder still has a crazy amount of damage, but they are these 3 pretty obnoxious tanky cores to play against on the side of IG. The Ursa now at this point, the global doesn't matter. He gets the BKB up, gets the enrage. You're not going to crush through that one. The Alchemist, you can't focus fire him too much. So your Basher, I mean, Basher is a great item versus that versus the Drunken Brawler of the Brewmaster.
See what Thunder's plan is now. That lead, only a 3K lead.
Doesn't really feel like that much of a lead anymore. They've bought themselves... Oh, okay, they didn't buy themselves a new gem. Sorry, but Baboka's gem is on Thunder's, and Thunder's gem is on IG. All right. So smoke coming out. They've got global. Their death pact is about to end, though. About a quarter left on it. Freeze.
And immediately onto Q. Still alive, though. Okay, they are going to pop the global, but already Aggressive. He's on top of DDC. They do lose SRF once. Yang, popping the Primal Split. They'll zip back forward, looking to take SRF for second time. The cold embrace is out upon him, but Q loses his life for it. SRF does still fall. Thunder find themselves too. They do get the heads down. The Terrorize coming out there. The counterplay. Freeze. He's terrorized. Bashed up. Sylar is well in trouble. He pops the BKB. He's on the retreat. Eats the cheese. But the concoction's there from XXS. They found Sylar. They found Freeze. Thunder have to get out. But DDC being chased down by XXS's Illusion Army will get popped as well. Can they find anything else? They do have the Yule's control onto Yang Yang. Pulls the BKB. Aggressive looking for the bash. Doesn't find it. Yang will be okay, but again, these fights, and I really feel, again, the Willow.
The Willow, the
Willow, every single fight.
The fear clipping it, Freeze.
Dire
Any
are
type of
scanning.
disables catches this Storm or this Clinks, they are just dead as soon as Alchemist or Ursa jump on top of them. And this actually forced Sylar to buy back as they scanned the Roche and they saw the tick come out that Radiant was positioned around. And now for the first time since the 0-minute mark, IG has claimed the net worth advantage.
Maboka with the gem. He's got vision on Fade. He spots him out. He closes in. He's got aggressive with the backup from Freeze. Zips forward. Does get the control onto aggressive. In trouble and does go down.
Oh, the bait.
A successful bait indeed by Fade will mean that IG lose the gem, and now XXS will be fine. Freeze a little low on mana to go for the kill or the control. So just as IG start to really seeming to recover themselves this game, they do slow up a bit. Aggressive will buy back, and so will the Willow. The Winter's Curse, holding down the two of them. They need that terrorizing play if they want to go for it. It comes down, and again, the control, the BKB does come out from Yang in time. DDC with a swap down, trying to save Yang. Will cost DDC his life. But Maboka, has he got furlough up? He's found Fade. It does have a Glimmer Cape, buying him some time. So, actually, a self-fuels there a little bit by Maboka. Oh, no, it was sent up, I believe, by the Panda.
Self-fuels.
It was self-fuels.
Yeah.
He was trying to remove it.
He was just trying to buy time for his team to get over there. Aggressive and Maboka both buying back that.
But they're going to get
well
the Roche.
worth it. Yep.
They're going to get the Roche after buying back. So those buybacks, specifically the aggressives,
Radiant
and they're getting more and more big items. The Aghanims are starting to be queued up on the Alchemist. Aggressive, I believe, has the Abyssal Blade, which is the best item in the game, pretty much, versus Clinks. Maybe you could argue Hex as well, but on these melee heroes, the Basher, the Abyssal, so good versus both Storm and Clinks. So who do you think who's the Aghanim is going to?
I think it's going to be aggressive.
Is it aggressive or is it SRF?
I mean, as we said last time, there were a lot of good Aghanims upgrades to the game, and he did give it to the Wraith King first. I think this game, though,
he's got to give it SRF.
He's got to give it.
Really? I think he gives it to the Wraith King.
I think he gives it aggressive.
Really? I think he gives it to the Wraith King.
Let's see.
He's giving it to aggressive. Damn it, you're always right.
No, he's not. He gave it to SRF. You're right.
Nice.
He does.
Okay.
Well, so we've seen him do it twice. Every time they do it, they will always give it to the Wraith King first. Which is fair enough. It's a good Axe upgrade.
He can get like 2 concoctions off if he dies as Alchemist while he's dead. No, it's excellent because then they actually can get Q is dying before every fight starts. Now, it doesn't matter. He will get his spells off when he's dead.
Zap.
Oh. Still on the illusion there, Yang. Will Primal Split and get her out of there. And of course 25 yet, so it's still the long cooldown, so they'll know. Primal Split unavailable for 90 seconds.
So XXS took the went for damage this time around. I think the last game he did go for the rage regeneration, but this time he wants to be able to get those bashes off more. The attack speed does increase quite a lot with that base attack time. And with Abyssal Blade, you can definitely bash down, bash lock. Clinks for the Storm.
Structures are fortified.
There's any other items coming out for Thunder. I haven't seen them really picking up too many big significant items after that last few team fights.
Yeah, they just got they've got Yang's AC.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty big pickup.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm over here.
The auras continue to build up. Freeze will be going for a Hex next. Level 25s are starting to come out. Alchemist and Storm, the first 2 to get it. Ursa, pretty close to it as well. Chooses to finish the bots before going for that second Aghanims. Okay, Siler with Lincolns. That's also a pretty big one, being able to block those Abyssals. Aggressive. If Freeze gets hit by Abyssal there, he's just dead.
Yeah, and he himself doesn't have a Lincolns to sort of help him against that sort of play.
Yeah, and Aggressive even has the Refresher Shard too, so could potentially go for like the double Abyssal plays, double BKBs. As they're smoking. They're looking for an engagement.
Success, charging it up. Yang jumps forward, puts the BKB, the Global Silence comes out as well. DDC getting focused first. DDC will go down. Yang has the something on the bash. The bash, the control, the terror is coming out. That's going to be easy out in place. Captain got the damage, though. Pretty beefy, Yang. Yang still alive for now. The Cursed Crown Stone comes out as well. SRF still trying to beat down on the Brewmaster. There's been a buyback from DDC. Yang finally does get the chance to put the Primal Split off as SRF will fall. They've taken down XXS. He's gone for 90, but Boca gets picked off by Salar as well.
Thunder crushed this fight.
They did. They've got the Hex. They've got another. SRF goes down as well. And sure, he's got that. But it's not going to be enough. The Axe, sort of 7 seconds to do anything in return as they lose 4. And they just, so much was thrown on the Brew there.
He's like the AC, because he got the AC picked up. He's actually very, very tanky because of this now. And XXX actually died at the very start of the fight. He died incredibly early. Siler just focused him down right at the beginning, and he didn't have gold for buyback. He was actually 90 short when he did die initially.
Gold and
Wow.
sweet.
Just so much on Yang, and he was stunned. The BKB wore out. They've terrorized him, and it still wasn't long enough. I mean, Aggressive was on top of him, punching him away, but
he used the Refresher Shard to Abyssal him again, too.
Radiant's
They tried to throw everything to lock this Brew down, but weren't able to actually kill him before the split. Changes everything. And Thunder. Now going to be able to claim a Rax here. Maybe even more than one. 20 seconds for Optimist. Has buyback, but doesn't look like he wants to use it.
See how much more they can get. Thunder. Towards the middle lane. Now will be more aggressive. Doesn't find the bash. Now he's getting hexed. He's getting control. Winter's Curse trying to be used to save him, given time to get out, but it's not enough. He'll lose the Aegis. Aegis has gone XXS. Can't find the stun. It's going to look to try and chase Primal Split up again. Baboka's coming for the sidelines. They've got the bash on to Freeze. Freeze did get the BKB out, so Baboka can't follow up with the Terrorize. As Freeze will escape.
Huge couple moments there for Thunder. Aggressive when he initially jumped in there, he didn't use the Abyssal. I guess because Siler had the Lincolns anyway, so he wasn't going to be able to.
Yeah, full set of racks bottom, a melee racks taken mid. Finally for Thunder, they are able to break the high ground after having that lead, then it's slipping away, and now getting the game back under their control.
Dude, click on the silencer, man. This is support. He's got a Hurricane Pike coming out, and he's got 3,300 gold.
Refresher orb, yeah.
He's top 4 net worth. Pretty much this entire game catching up to his clinks.
A very strange game indeed.
Remarkable performance by Fade. Dealing a lot of damage in the team fights now.
Yeah, 7-3 and 18.
Yeah, 164 in.
Look at those. XXS actually queuing up an MKB rather than the further Aghanims.
They want to be able to. They need to be able to kill this Brew.
Yep.
During that lockdown. Yeah, getting close to 25 now too. So, yeah. That Primal Split cooldown. It'd be cool. You know, it'd be cool if he went for the Drunken Brawler talent, and they just don't even have the MKB just yet, and just get all that evasion. That'd be cool.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that. I've never seen that taken.
Never ever seen it.
It is one of those talents where the other one is just too good to ever not take. Maybe if you were going for if you saw some sort of Brew that was going for just full right click sort of carry build, you know, where you just do much more not being in the ultimate. That's the only time you take that, wouldn't you?
I mean, it's just like
no one does that in Pro.
Most of the time when you're playing versus Brews and you get to level 25, it's just like, all right, they've got their MKBs. This ability just becomes kind of moot. It's not really even there anymore.
Here I am.
That'd be pretty sick, though.
Double damage.
Saw that. DD rune. Roshan not quite up yet. That is the second hex
for
there.
freeze. Yeah, and he's got an arcane rune as well now.
Straight down mid they go, Thunder. Ready to try and end it.
IG's positioned here on the high ground. Oh, Thunder's actually making the smoke, putting a base sword.
Into the hex, into the global, no response.
Yep.
He's going to have that 7 seconds with the Red King axe, but he'll still fall, of course. As that is the Ursa dead for 2 minutes.
They get the fear onto freeze, but not looking to make anything happen off of it. Swap into Hex, man. Venge, swap into Hex. I think we've been seeing that in like every game that there's a Venge.
Just what is the counterplay?
Can't let them get those base wards on. They should probably know the base wards
It's
there,
the
though.
wards, yeah. That's your best manner of dealing with that sort of play. Sylar. Got vision on XXS. They want to try and open up. They have what swaps backups. They can do the swap hex play again.
They could. They don't have global this time though. But they go for it. Try point. He gets
He off XXS. Whoa, quick with the reactions. Aggressive. He's on top of EDC. XXS on top of Sylar. They're bringing aggressive over as well. But Sylar with the skeleton wall will be able to get himself away. Q being dragged in. But Q's still alive. He's going to be able to survive for this one. Turns with the corner brace onto aggressive. It's not enough to save it. Aggressive will fall. Freeze. He's going to zip forward looking for Baboka. SRF's got his eyes on Sylar. Sylar, can he get himself away for this? The Lincoln's helping him from the first turn. The concoction does connect. SRF getting beat down by Yang and Freeze. They'll turn towards XXS, dragging him in. XXS with the Manta. The concoction trying to escape. The Creek gets hexed, but it doesn't matter. They still get a kill on XXS. SRF now getting surrounded with those last 7 seconds. Can he do anything as the Alchemist? He cannot fade. Will get up to the high ground. XXS buying back. Freeze looks towards Q. Q goes Scepter. Hudson saved himself from a little bit of the right clicks, but still Freeze zips across the tree line, and GG will be called. IG does tap out, and Thunder will take game 1. But certainly a back and forth one, and one that IG, they nearly swung it back in theirs.
They did. Damn, Yang is a very good brewmaster. His dispels, his like the way that he pulled the tendon off of everybody else too. And I believe at the end there, he saved the Clinks over and over again. He threw up the Alchemist in the air. I think he dispelled the Earth.